Okay, everybody, here we go. Wow, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Monday. I'm all screwed up. March 3rd, January, February. I'm really out of it today. March 3rd, 2025. Look, man, before we get into anything, I got a little surprise for you. Look who's here. Look who's here. My boy. He came to say hello to everybody. Say hi, Coco. Come on, say hi. I knew you guys would like that. Anyway, guys, aside from this, we got a lot of stuff to cover here today. Um, so much going on. Let's start off with the basics. So stocks got blasted today. This is how we ended the day. Look at the Nasdaq, the biggest loss percentage wise. This whole thing is getting out of hand. But again, this is important, obviously. But this is way more important. What I'm going to show you. Look at this 10-year yield. It's cratering. It's cratering. And this is a phenomenon we've been seeing for quite a while with the 10-year yield and benchmark yields around the world dropping pretty precipitously. And he wants to get off. With this happening here, and believe me, I know what's going on here. We're going to talk more about it. There is call after call after call after call after freaking call for a market crash. We're going to cover more of that. But I am not saying that we cannot get a market crash in this kind of an environment. But with this happening, with central banks who are the number one issuers and buyers of debt, it's going to be very difficult for this market to actually crash. Look, man, we understand that there is a real entity out here. It's called the Plunge Protection Team. The Bank of England said they will not allow a crash. Central banks around the world, they're on a mission to buy it all. And that's a very interesting concept. Cryptocurrencies, look at that. I would have to say this probably was the biggest pump and dump scheme that we have witnessed with regard to cryptocurrency since President Trump made his executive order yesterday to add cryptocurrencies to the strategic reserve. Imagine being privy to that information before it happened. How many of you believe that nobody knew this was coming? Trump's friends, his allies, obviously he knew it, didn't capitalize on this pump and dump scheme. It's an incredible thing. And again, transparency, we'll see where this goes because I do not like what I'm seeing anywhere or like what I'm hearing anywhere. It's just look, man, you want to hide data from people, only let a few in on it like this. Well, then you'll see where we're going. This is corruption to the highest order. Maybe Doge should be looking into this. James, thank you. Pat, thank you too. Anyway, gold, silver, very good today. Crude oil got smashed, okay, on demand concerns, slowing economy. But remember, crude oil is priced in dollars. The dollar is being evaporated with nothing standing in its way. So you can understand where eventually this is going to go. It's too simple to put these things together. So anyway, no printout with regard to crude oil, but it got hit pretty good. Let us move forward here. Now, this is interesting. Treasury yields end at the lowest levels in months as the ISM data misses expectations. They're talking about manufacturing here. And look, man, with regard to manufacturing, you and I, we've been so far ahead of the curve on this, people. It's unbelievable. It's not going to stop what we're seeing here. And it's not just a phenomenon here in the United States. Again, stop thinking it is, man. This is a worldwide phenomenon. There's a common denominator here. We all know what it is. It's central banks. They're the ones running the entire global economy. They're the one running pretty much the entire world financial system, although there are nations out here trying to sidestep the dollar, and they keep getting threat after threat after threat by President Trump. Here, the world is being isolated, especially after what happened in the White House just recently, which I am not weighing in. So many of you, Greg, weigh in on it. No, I'm not weighing on it. It was a clown show on an epic scale. Cass, thank you here. But the United States is being isolated. We are clearly not leading at all. Okay, now I am not putting down President Trump for this, so Don't get triggered. Relax a little bit. Open your eyes. You will see what's happening. It isn't too hard. But this is going to lead to a more dramatic or worsening of the unfolding of events that we're all going to get hit with moving down the line here. Anyway, let's talk more about manufacturing here. What's going on? I mean, none of this. You know what I love about the stuff I'm going to tell you? Hey, like my new necklace, by the way? Ha! Look at that lion on there. Pretty nice, huh? Anyway, whatchamacallit? None of this is going to surprise you. People, this is why I love being kind of the daddy lion around here. You see? I can say proudly, okay, without boasting, that you and I have been so far ahead on the curve of this. I mean, just look at what's happening here. None of this should surprise you. Doesn't matter who the figurehead is that they replaced behind the Resolute desk. This is going to unfold exactly as you and I have been explaining it. I mean, this is everything we're seeing here is exactly what you would have expected to see if you've been with me. If you've been with me for a year, way before the presidential selection, I'm sorry, I mean the election here. Yes, Jonathan, absolutely. Read this book, everyone. Do you see that? Read this book. You want to know what's going on? Read that book. You already, again, you're laughing. You're looking at this stuff and you're freaking laughing. I don't know another way to put it. So manufacturing gauge disappoints, sending stocks lower. Bitcoin consolidates. Look at the word they're using here, consolidates. This was a pump and dump, quite obviously. There were people here. Again, you have to understand how this works. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, they're being controlled by the whales now, which is no longer individuals. It's institutions like BlackRock. Do you think that BlackRock wasn't made aware of what President Trump was going to do when he did it? Could you imagine what BlackRock made over the weekend? They're laughing. They're laughing at all of us. Imagine my surprise. Here's another one. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. Not only do we have an issue with the ISM manufacturing index itself, but here's the backbone or the backstory. And this is not going to surprise you again either. This is not going to surprise you. U.S. manufacturers struggle to pay higher prices amid raising worries about inflation and a weaker economy. Let me ask you this. Who's going to eat this? Who's going to eat the higher prices that have to be paid for raw materials by these manufacturers? Let me ask you, honestly, is it going to be the manufacturers that are going to eat the higher prices? Of course it isn't. You're going to eat them. You're going to be fed, double fist fed in every orifice that you have. And there ain't no way out of it, man. There ain't no way out of it because nobody here, nobody is taking action. And I've made pleas to President Trump. You know how many times I've written personally to President Trump over the last, I don't know, at least over the next 2 weeks. I have sent out no less than maybe 15 notifications to the president. Listen, look into this stuff, man. Nothing, zero, not a peep. Imagine my shock, okay? I don't think the president even knows I exist. He doesn't think you exist either. He just knows about his really rich friends, and he loves Elon Musk, man. Anyway, unbelievable. So going back to this real quick, all right, which you are going to pay for. Like I've been telling you, man, nothing can stop what's coming, and it's coming faster. The tsunami of inflation that's going to hit all of us. Your cost of living is going to be increased so dramatically. Like I've been telling you, 6 months. Like I said, give this 6 months. Save this video. Look back on this video. You're going to see everything Greg said was true. So here we go. The cost of supplies for U.S. manufacturers jumped in February to a more than 2.5-year high. And those are the numbers they're letting us know about. Wait for the impact. Now, I want to bring this to your attention as well. Most of you know who this guy is, Leon Cooperman. Let me just read this to you. So Leon Cooperman says he's selling into market strength. We haven't had any here, okay? And holding lots of cash. So Leon Cooperman is an American billionaire, multi-billionaire investor, hedge fund manager. Listen to what he said here, people. What he said. Well, first of all, it's not going to surprise you because, well, let me just read it. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Leon Cooperman, the multi-billionaire investor, hedge fund manager, says he is the chairman and CEO of Omega Advisors, said this. He does not like what he sees. He does not. Can you read that? He does not like what he sees regarding the economy and the stock market. Now, here's where the kicker is. Here's where the kicker is. There is a great disconnect. Now, hold on a minute. There's a guy somewhere around here, oh, yeah, maybe it's me and you, who have said there's no connection here to reality between the economy and the stock market. And the gap is getting wider and wider and wider and wider and wider. At one point, yeah, sure, this is all going to normalize. But until we get, look, man, all these talks about market crashes, hold that thought. We're going to get back to that in a second. But there is a great disconnect. This is a guy, multi-billionaire investor, telling you, don't listen to Greg Mannarino anymore. Don't even listen to Greg. Listen to Leon Cooperman. Okay? Now, let us move forward here. How about this? Today was an interesting day. Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio warns the U.S. could face a debt crisis heart attack within 3 years. You see, Ray Dalio here, smart guy, multi-billionaire as well. What you can't know, what he doesn't want you to know,